I gotta get out of here. I gotta go back where I came from. This is not for me. So the main thing for her was, she's like, I know I'm not making a ton of money because this house is basically brand new. They have, you know, they're building literally around the corner. It is time for a closing. This is 6752 Tall Shadow. This is a home built in 2024. My seller was like, she relocated here and decided this is not the location for her. I'm gonna show you the front. But let me show you. This is in a D.R. Horton community, so it's new construction, recently built. Okay, here's this house, the house that's selling, closing. And then if you look right over there, see that? That right there? That's a brand new house, which they started releasing new construction houses of a very similar floor plan. This floor plan they're not doing anymore in this neighborhood, but they released a very similar floor plan to this home the week before we went to market. Now, she already knew. She was like, I gotta get out of here. I gotta go back where I came from. This is not for me. So the main thing for her was, she's like, I know I'm not making a ton of money because this house is basically brand new. They have, you know, they're building literally around the corner. Very similar floor plan, but also her priority was, this is an example of like seller motivation. So a lot of times we just assume that people want to make the most money, which they do. In her case, she's like, I just have a like max amount. Like, I'm not going to sell this if I'm going to completely lose my, you know what, but I am going to sell it if it's a slight loss. Like, that's okay. Her priority was to get back to, where she had relocated from, for just various reasons, etc. So anyhow, the whole point of me saying that whole thing was, her goal was like her personal goal, which every seller has. So when you think about, why do you want to sell? What's your motivation? That's going to dictate your listing price. That's going to dictate offers that you will consider or not. So there's all kinds of different threads of things that happen when you're thinking, I want to sell my house. And in her case, she just wanted to be done, move, gone, get rid of it. And actually, she's already out. We close tomorrow. She's been out of the house for like a week and a half, I think now. So she was ready to move on, right? And so we listed the home. We were super, super, super strategic about pricing. For one, what was the most appropriate price that was going to allow her to quickly sell it without losing a ton of money. Because the thing is, like, yeah, could we list it higher? Yeah, but there's brand new construction that was lower than what she was going to be listing at. And what's tricky about that is a lot of times those lower prices aren't actually what it sells for. Because typically with a D.R. Horton, you have more than one person that's putting in a bid essentially on a house, and typically that goes more than the asking price. But okay, so we're listing the same time these other options are going live, and they're slightly more square footage, they're brand new. So we wanted to be very careful about where we listed in order to get her sold. And the plus of this house versus the new construction houses, which is part of the story that we told, is this house you can move in right now. It's ready, it's done. You don't have to wait for months. You don't have to wait for the summer. Like, it's ready now. It's obviously not brand new, but it's basically new. So anyways, that being said, goal accomplished. We close tomorrow. Buyers are super excited. We had a very seamless transition from contract to inspection. The buyers just asked for a home warranty. I mean, this is, like I said, effectively a brand new house. So seller was happy to oblige the home warranty. And then appraisal, no problems, and we are closing. So her goal again was to, how do I sell this without completely losing a ton of money, being done. She just kind of wanted to be done. She wanted to go back and, you know, just relocate to where she came from. So anyways, everybody is happy. And in this situation, you may have just seen I was sitting on a couch. She left a few things for those buyers, which the buyers obviously agreed to, but the couch, this bed, she didn't want to move. And then washer and dryer, she left for them, which they wanted. And then the refrigerator, a couple other things. Oops, I hit that if you heard a noise. That's the stairs for the attic. So anyways, that is the story of this home. And it just goes to show that not everyone, actually no sellers commonly have like similar goals, quick timeline, the most money, etc. But in some cases, the goal is, listen, I want to move. Like, let's be done. And in this case, we made it happen. So congrats to my seller, congrats to my buyers. I do not take it lightly when clients ask me to work for them and help them sell their home successfully. I take it like there's 50,000 million agents. So I don't take it lightly when clients hire me to work for them. So just congratulations to my seller and to the buyers. You get an awesome new house. And that being said, that is the story of 6752 Tall Shadow. By the way, as I always mention, we did all the same marketing, MLS unbranded video on YouTube, a YouTube branded video, which by the way, I was 9 months pregnant in, and the baby has come. There's something on my shirt. I don't know what it is. That's embarrassing. Anyhow, so I was 9 months pregnant in that video, so go check it out if you're curious what that looks like. And yeah, so congrats to all. We did postcards, I did Facebook ads and organic videos, but this home actually sold we got under contract pretty quickly, I should say, within the first couple of days of being on market, and that had to do with strategic pricing. We had to be very strategic about our price. Could we have gone higher? Yes. Did we risk being on the market longer and price drops? Also, yes. So we wanted to avoid that because she had a very tight window of, okay, what makes sense versus when is this stupid, I just need to suck it up and either not sell it or rent it and then try to resell another time. So anyhow, that is the story of the successful sale of this home, 6752 Tall Shadow. I would love to work for you as your listing agent. If you have questions about your goals, how you can get your goals as a seller met, what timelines look like. Maybe you need to buy to sell or sell to buy to sell, sell to buy. You might need to buy to sell because where are you going to go, right? Or maybe you need to sell to buy, all of the above. How does that work? What does that look like? Give me a call. We can walk through it. Maybe you're worried, do you need to replace the carpet? Do you need to redo the roof? Do you need a new HVAC? All the things. I'm happy to help you. I can answer all of those questions. I'm Haley Jones, your Knoxville and East Tennessee real estate agent, and I'll see you next time.